Hello, hello, and thanks for watching. I'm sorry for the lighting in this video. I cannot get my lighting right whenever I'm ready to film, so we're just gonna go with it because I think you can still get the gist. This is one of my newest flowers. This I'm calling the poppy flower. It is very similar to the peony, but not as many waves as you can see by the petal like this, if that helps you any. It kind of has just 2 layers and the peony kind of has like 4 on each side. Anyway, and this is our newest size of a 12-inch flower. So it's quick and easy to make. It's 4 layers. Let's do it. So for time, I already went ahead and cut my flowers out with our templates. And now I'm just gonna go ahead and do my slits. I kind of do in between 1/2 inch to 1 inch about. Depends how much you're wanting to do the wavy. I don't do too much wave, so I'm not that worried about how thick they are. Also, don't worry about how thick your circles are or how nicely they look, I meant, because they're just a base, so don't worry about it. I'm gonna go ahead and glue, oh, wrong step. Well, I'll do this one, but then I'll explain what I'm actually doing. First, I'm gonna go ahead and do my waves. So I'm gonna take 3 of these. It's a lot easier to do when they're not glued, but it's fine, we got it. And for these flowers, I do a little bit of wave on each side like this. So, let's knock the waves out. There we go. And you can do more wavy, less wavy. You could do the waves on the outside to create a different style. But for this video, that's how I'm gonna do them. So I need 1, 2, 6, 6, and then 6, and then 5, and then 4. 3, 4, 5, 6, perfect. Like I said in one of my other videos, if you've been watching a few of them, don't worry if your lines aren't perfect. You can see some of mine are a little jagged, and I don't even worry about it because when you're rolling them, you don't notice stuff like that. And if you get like pen mark on any of it because you didn't cut out where you traced enough, don't worry about that either because you can just flip it and use the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. For these, because they're so tight, you just kind of get a little bit of wave. It doesn't have to be a ton. That's good. For the center, we just need 4. And for these, I'm going to roll the entire front part like that. There we go. That looks good. Okay, now I'm going to glue them all. Boom, boom, boom. If you want to make this flower smaller, you could just start with your next layer. That would probably make about, what do you think, maybe like a 8-inch flower, and then you could do a little baby guy, maybe like a 4-inch flower, some little ones. Just depends on what you're trying to create. If you're trying to do like a cluster and you want to fill every little gap, then that's not a bad idea because you can really fill in with the smaller the flowers you make, for sure. And you can always keep building. I have a cluster in my daughter's room, and it's like this is their wall, it's in the corner, and then I kind of just keep gradually growing it as I make these flower videos, because I'm like, well, what am I going to do with these now? And that's what I do. I just keep adding to their wall. Because it looks pretty cool. 2, 3. A little glue goes a long way, guys. Do not worry about it. Most of the time I overdo it. And then I get a bunch of extra glue on my hands and semi-burn my fingertips off. That's okay. Who needs fingerprints or feeling in their fingers? Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm kind of messy with my process just because I make so many of these that I just get kind of in a groove. Okay, here we go. We're gonna go around our base. You kind of want to just go a little bit on the inside to give yourself some room for the flowers to stick. Gradually make yourself around. Next layer through the middle. I kind of like to go in the gaps. You kind of gradually make your way inside the flower. And if you feel like you went in too deep or you didn't have enough room, you could always move them and rearrange them. It's not permanent. It can be a little messy on the inside. You'll never see it. Promise. Okay. There we go. And then just our little baby guys. And since there's 4 of these, I kind of like to go at it in the corners. So we'll go 1, kind of do it like an X. 2, you gotta leave room in the middle for your center. 3, and 4. And then for the palm centers, I take 1 sheet of paper, I fold it in half, and then I cut it, and then I take that half and fold it. This is half a half. Nope, this is a half a sheet, and then I take that, fold it in half, and cut it. So you end up with these 4 pieces that look like this. You're gonna fold this in half. Try to line it up as best you can. And then you're gonna start making slits through it. Don't cut all the way through or else you kind of ruin it. We just want small slits pretty close together. For the sake of time, I like to fold it in half and do double slits. But this is your first time, maybe don't do that because it makes it a little hard. They don't have to be the same exact width or the same exact length. It's all gonna blend. Don't stress. Ugh, these scissors are giving me trouble. Where's my other ones? These are my tried and true. These are Westcott brand. They're amazing. They're really cheap on Amazon. They do not dull. Those other ones I was using were Scotch brand. Those are fine for, you know, everyday stuff, but for as much paper as I cut, these Westcott, I'm telling you, they're amazing. Okay, almost done. When we get towards the end, I'm just gonna open it up and cut this section. It's kind of hard to do that. Okay, so now we're go ahead and start rolling. Just start at one side, roll as tight as you can. And I kind of like to push it together with both fingers so that way it stays squished together. There we go, like so. Here we go. And when you get to the end, you're going to glue this whole section and make sure it stays really good. I like to glue both sides. Glue streaks, okay? Then you're going to kind of hold it and just open her up. Just a little bit, not too much damage. Then we're going to glue a ton in the center here. And we're going to squish it in. Boop, boop, boop. That's it. There's our 12-inch poppy. If you see that like your petals are kind of like floppy, you can go in when you're done and maybe do a little bit of extra glue in the slits or something. That might help keep it. Give it a little bit more structure. There it is, all ready to go. Hope that was helpful.